What's going on in Lakerland? They were reaching for the stars, trying to find their new head coach. Did you hear the latest on this? Perhaps not. So Dan Hurley, did he take the job? No! He didn't take the job. Did he reject the job? No! He didn't reject the job. So Dan Hurley made some comments over the weekend, said the Lakers made a, quote, compelling case and presented a compelling vision for him to become their next head coach, but that he loves what he has built in Connecticut and plans to decide on his future later today. This being Monday, the 10th day of June, so decision day for Dan Hurley. We are told that the Laker job is his if he wants it. The sign on the dotted line, the question is, does he want it? So let us discuss the question. Dan Hurley seriously weighing the Laker head coaching job. How do you unravel where this story is right now? So I've got Cracker Barrel, Puffy Sticker, and Needlepoint. And we will combine all of these things together, and we will make a headache, is what you get when you hear a certain person give certain scores on this show. So, number one. All right, so Genie Bus. The bus goes round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round. And so do the Laker coaching search, round and round. So Genie Bus and the Lakers rolled out the red carpet. VIP meet and greet with Dan Hurley over the weekend. He flew out Thursday night, landed in L.A. on Friday morning, and spent all Friday being wined and dined by Laker big shots and being indoctrinated with Laker propaganda. The historians love to talk about the good old days of the franchise. They've been in a dark time lately, flying through some dark clouds. So that was on Friday, and then very public courtship. And Saturday morning, Dan Hurley was wheels up, gone. All of this, a sales pitch to try to convince and persuade Hurley to leave Storrs, Connecticut, with a population of less than 16,000, a sleepy college town in Connecticut, to head to the L.A. basin with a population of over 10 million men, women, and children. And based on the early returns, it ain't looking good for the Lakers. It's not looking good right now at this hour, barring some kind of change in Lakerland. Dan Hurley is having a nice breakfast at the Cracker Barrel. He's having the breakfast special, which is waffles, meaning he's waffling. He's waffling. Why the man even bothered to go meet with the Lakers is beyond me, other than maybe he can use that as a feather in recruiting. But the fact that he left L.A. on Saturday morning without agreeing to a contract indicates it's highly unlikely that he's going to leave Connecticut, because then he'd have to fly back 3,000 miles to, or close to 3,000 miles to the West Coast. The only reason, there's only one to take the Laker job, it's money. The team's not very good. The fan base is irrational and unstable. The owner is poor compared to other owners in that particular sport. The arena's in Skid Row. Who would want that job? It's not a good job. The Laker job is not a good job, and Dan Hurley knows that. But he would take it because he knows he could go there and the Lakers would fire him in 2 years like every other coach, and then he can go back to Connecticut or somewhere else and get a college job at a moment's notice. It's generational wealth. From what I understand, he'd be making 3 times the money that he's making at Connecticut, and he just got a bunch more money from Connecticut. So take the money. It's all guaranteed, and then you go back and in 2 years, go back to college, if that's what you like. But it sounds like he's not going to do that. Now, page 2 here, we move away from that because there is some other things that caught my attention. There's some other stuff. At TV Land, over the weekend, LeBron James decided he was so upset with a certain NBA commentator that he unfollowed this particular person on X, and that got some attention. Kendrick Perkins. Very large man, Kendrick Perkins. This comes after Perkins lambasted LeBron for inserting himself squarely in the NBA Finals dialogue. You might remember the 2 months off we had between the conference finals ending and then the NBA Finals beginning, and Kendrick Perkins took some shots at LeBron for making it all about him and not letting Kyrie Irving have his own moment. So how should Kendrick Perkins handle LeBron James unfollowing him on the social media? So if you're Kendrick Perkins, you got to pump your chest out. And I'd go to Costco, eat the entire banana cream pie from Costco. It's like $17. Eat the whole thing and enjoy every delicious bite, because this is wonderful. You are not genuflecting to LeBron, and LeBron clearly expected you to do that. That's a reaction of someone that's hurt. That how dare you? What's wrong with you? This is a contemporary who played against and I believe with LeBron in Cleveland. They're Kendrick Perkins. They were together, and you got to pump your chest out a little bit and say, hey, this is someone, Kendrick Perkins, who earned his stripes here. Good job by you. He's not like your standard media hack that gives the Manny and the Petty to LeBron James. He's not doing that in this case. Kendrick Perkins, in my book, gets a puffy sticker, and as an added bonus, not just a puffy sticker near his name, he gets one of those bright neon-colored erasers. So good job by you. I don't think it was tough love. It was just like it was ridiculous. LeBron made sure that he wanted everyone to talk about him, and everyone did talk about LeBron James, but it was rather ridiculous the way it all went about, and Kendrick Perkins touched a nerve. Otherwise, LeBron would not have done what he did. All right, final point. We head now to Motown. Normally a team we don't talk about this time of the year during the NBA Finals, but the Pistons making some headlines in NBA circles. The word on the street is, and we've heard this from multiple people, that someone named Cade Cunningham, that's a player for the Detroit basketball team, Cade Cunningham is 99.9% likely to sign a max contract extension with the Pistons this offseason. Detroit can offer Cunningham a 5-year deal worth up to $225 million dead presidents for Cade Cunningham. Okay. So this is the first time he is eligible for said contract on his rookie deal. Is the Pistons' Cade Cunningham a worthy max player? Is he a worthy max player? And shaking my head, no. This is not that hard. It's not my money. So I get it. Hey, spend money however you want. You want to burn money, have a big bonfire somewhere in Detroit and burn all the money. But it's really needlepoint. I look at this like needlepoint. And Cade Cunningham does not budge the needle. And in order to be a max player, there's two things that I have for criteria. You got to do one of the two to be a max player. You've either got to move the needle or you got to win at a high level. And this guy ain't it. Cade Cunningham is not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. He's not. All right. To rephrase this, Cade Cunningham, who's been in the NBA for several years now, is averaging in his career 20 points per game, 6.5 assists, and 5 assists, 5 rebounds. He's a career 43% shooter. It's just your run-of-the-mill, dime-a-dozen NBA player. He is not a difference maker. He has not been a difference maker, and he doesn't make a difference in winning. It's not like he sells a lot of tickets. He's not box office. So if the guy doesn't sell tickets and he doesn't help you win, what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? He's played 138 games in Detroit, Cade Cunningham. He missed most of one season with injury. And Cunningham, while he's been on the court, in games he's played on, he has played 138 games. The Pistons have won 32 of the 138 games that he's played in. That's a .232 winning percentage. That's a max player? My ass, that's a max player. And the Pistons were in middling team attendance-wise. It's not like they were able to pack the house home or road. They're right in the middle.